Do you think they're going to stage fake alien invasion by the end of this year? Or something is really coming? I've stumbled upon a few stories over the internet, people talking about Blue Beam Project and stuff. Give me your thoughts. Steve Whetstone: I think they are already here and just waiting for the right time to become common knowledge. There's advantages to them staying uncommon knowledge for as long as possible.
Bradley said to order the questions because it's going to be
So
Bradley.
you've got to wait, be patient, Shadow, okay?
Yeah,
Just
basically,
be patient.
he opens up
We're
with a
doing, this
question.
is the introduction, and the introduction is we've got some talking in it as well. So if you can just be patient.
Essentially,
Sorry, I was just trying to get the layout right. I'm
no,
sorry.
it's okay. It's all right. Don't be so nervous. Basically, this is the pre-show goof off period. This is 5 minutes. We get to just goof off, say whatever we want, tell jokes, you know,
Okay.
right? And then after that, we'll hit the music, and everybody's quiet for 30 seconds, and then I'll say go for Bradley. Then Bradley does the intro. Then he starts asking questions.
All right, so Donnie, since you know me so well, you're not going to get offended by this, but your mama's so bald, she took a shower and got brainwashed.
Oh God!
Oh shit!
Oh, your mama jokes, huh? Oh yeah. Well, your mama is so fat that she needs new pants.
I'm sorry, you paused for a minute there. Say that again.
I said, well, your mama's so fat that she needs new pants.
Your mama's still got stuck.
I love your mama jokes. I love your mama jokes.
I honestly, I only know a few, but I know this. Two country guys go to this big fancy restaurant. Across from them is a nice woman in a nice dress and a man in a suit.
Right.
So the two says, "Oh, that sounds good." Hers comes first. She starts taking bites. She starts choking. The guy in the nice suit gets upset. Says, "My wife is choking. Save her, save her." So when the country dude picks up her dress and makes her hiding, the woman chucks her meat across the room, and he looks. They're like, "What the hell did you just do?" The other guy says, "I've always heard the Heinz lick maneuver, but I've never seen it in action."
Oh God! Oh, that's bad, and that's a hillbilly joke. And I love my hillbilly jokes. All right, okay, all right. That's enough goofing off for today, gentlemen. Okay, folks, let's do it. Recording Bradley Powers' Esoteric Hours in 5, 4, 3, 2.
It no longer matters who's crazy and who's not. The world is on fire, and no one is going to put it out for us. No matter your race, religion, or creed, we are all in this together. Remember, your participation is the lifeblood of social media, and right now, the content creators you love are under siege and need your help. Please like, share, subscribe, and if possible, click the donation button in the episode description. Now welcome to the Bradley Powers Esoteric Hours. It is my honor to present your host, Mr. Bradley Powers.
All right, go Bradley.
Yo. Hi there, everybody. My name is Bradley Powers, and I'd like to welcome you to Bradley Powers Esoteric Hours. And we're back, and we're late as usual, but we're not too late. Not too late to give you a taste of words of wisdom for us to share with you. We have our special co-host, the legendary Cassidy Lightwing himself, the Lion. We also have special guest, Donnie Randall, who is a researcher, a truth seeker, a dream walker, and an incarnation of Azazel and Alucard. Welcome to the show, Donnie D. Randall. Yay! And we also have Shadow Platinum Phoenix, who is many things. A sorcerer, mage, mind reader, aura reader, tarot card reader. He's telepathic. He's a new one star, and he's joining us, and he will be back again next week as well to join us, because there is so much information we need to dig out, and for Shadow to share his experiences with us. So we will be blessed with his company next week. So welcome to the show, Shadow Platinum Phoenix. Hooray!
Thank you.
Right, okay, and I'm going to start sharing the show into watch parties. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and soon there'll be more with us in a very short while. I would like to say a question. My question is about the Anunnaki again, and my question about the Anunnaki is aimed at all three of my guests, and we're going to start with Cassidy sharing us his answer. My question is, were the Anunnaki, we know that they were extraterrestrials, or were they extraterrestrials? Are they gods, deities? But my major question is, are the Anunnaki astronauts?
For a second, I thought you had a stroke.
Well, I was going to say, are the Liberites astronauts? Are the Liberites astronauts?
Well, the Nibirites are absolutely astronauts, and quite frankly, I think that astronauts is the best way to describe the Anunnaki. Keep in mind, and what one of our viewers brought up in the last session is very true, that the word Anunnaki was actually coined by Zecharia Sitchin. Okay, they didn't use that word the same way we use it now. Okay, so keep in mind, Anu Na Ki, heaven to earth. Right? People talk about Lord Anu all the time. They forget about his counterpart, Ki, Earth. You see? So that's literally that's how he coined the phrase Anunnaki, from heaven to earth. The thing is it was an umbrella term. We've said this many times. But again, the best way to describe it is astronaut. They're just life forms from other places. Yeah, a god, lowercase g, little god, could be considered an Anunnaki. That is true. But the vast majority of what the Sumerians recorded as Anunnaki were just astronauts. They were just from someplace else, different orders of life.
Don't forget the shout outs as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, well, yeah, but question. The question. Donnie, your turn.
Yeah, the question.
Yeah. I pretty much, so to be honest, to answer your question with the Anunnaki, I've always wondered, I didn't know if they were astronauts to begin with, but it's kind of funny, and Dawn told me when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an astronaut for some odd reason.
Right.
But in short, there are things that I barely know about the Anunnaki, to be honest with you. I've actually done research about it, but quite frankly, my memory has intact with actually certain other things.
Right. It's okay to say you don't, to just, if you don't know, you don't know. Do you have an opinion that you'd rather share than a knowledge?
With my own opinion, I think they were mostly, I thought they were aliens at first. At least I thought.
Well, some of them are.
But what would give me a reason to want to become an astronaut because I always wanted to work at NASA when I was little. That was one of my dreams.
That would have been great, dude.
But apparently I couldn't have passed college. I tried going to college and I couldn't pass. So apparently I just had to drop that dream. And I had to discover another dream. And I'm like, so ever since I've actually done so much research in my time of living so far, I've actually noticed, well, my fair shares of actual journeys with my spiritual friends. I've actually had, I've actually done paranormal activities and all that other stuff.
You told me some of those stories in private. So
yeah, it's I've gotten possessed before. I have.
Oof. What does that feel like?
Well, I've had seizures from it. Literally, especially when I don't get enough sleep, and I feel like I have something attached to me. I felt like there's something watching me. Like every time before I go to bed, I feel like there's something in the corner watching, like a dark presence.
Have you ever considered calling me and asking for help?
Well, quite curious. Sometimes it feels so dark that it actually wants to I don't know. It just makes me so nervous. It doesn't make me want to actually ask for help.
I got you. Well, that is an ego trap. That's one of the stumbling blocks of this matrix. Is basically it gets into your head that you got to do everything yourself, and then the machismo, rather, I guess machismo is a good word, of our society says, well, every man has to be an island. But if you're dealing with an extra dimensional entity, you're gonna need extra dimensional help. Just like if this were like a burglar that walks into your house every night, like, hi, I'm gonna watch you sleep. You'd call the cops,
Well, seriously, even when my fiance was with me at the time before she had to actually help her mom in
Right.
Phoenix.
Blessings to them, by the way.
When I was away, I was in rehab for well, you know, she could not sleep without the light on.
Mm.
So apparently she knew that something was watching her in my room, no doubt.
Okay.
I don't know if I have an object that actually is attached to an entity or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I can't pinpoint it.
Well, the fact that other people that are not you can see it as well is pretty fucking significant. I just lost a cookie. Pretty smurfing significant. So
normally when you lose cookies, you get upset sometimes.
nah, I'm okay.
Okay.
So it's just a tool, you know, that I'm using to help learn to curb my language on the show.
That's right. I remember you saying that one time.
Yeah. Well, I used to have complete control over my cussing, but then all this crap happened, and 7 years of trying to survive, especially the last 3. So at some point, I kind of lost track of myself, and it's okay. It's okay to do that, just as long as you make it up to your loved ones before you go too far.
Do you think actually bad karma will actually lead to attachments of paranormal activity?
Yes, very much so. There are many entities which can ride karmic attachments through the what you would call dimensions. You know what I mean? More often than not, though, what happens is a karmic attachment manifests itself in such a way that you bring up old issues. Tell me if you heard this one where suddenly you just snap and start yelling at your loved ones, for something that happened 5 years ago.
Yeah, I've had that a few occasions, especially with my parents. Like I felt like so much enraged.
Yeah. So these things, until they're dealt with, they're going to keep coming up throughout your life, and if you don't deal with it in this life, it'll chase you to the next one. That's why I always think it's best to just apologize immediately without yeah, go ahead, Shadow.
I was gonna say it's basically like residual energy, right?
Yeah.
That can form into spirits.
Yes. And if a residual energy goes too long, it can become sapient on its own. And then that's more often than not, that's where like family curses come from. It's basically a family poison that just has been the elephant in the living room for generation after generation after generation. Nobody deals with it. And then it kind of one day wakes up.
Cassidy, you just enlightened me a little. I'm going to make you literally just enlighten me a little.
Yay!
For that, I think you should earn a cookie back.
Oh, Wolfie. Nope. He nominated me for guest nominated me for a cookie. Whoa! I'm at net +1 cookies. See, I get a cookie for every show, and then if I sing, I get a cookie back, but I lose a cookie every time I cuss. And a few shows ago, I went into cookie deficit, so now I got to earn my cookies back. We like joy energy on this show.
And something about you makes me calm. I like that. I really like that. Whatever about you just makes me calm and just makes me more at ease.
I love you too.
Yeah, and honestly, I gotta say now that I'm getting used to you and hearing you talk and getting your vibe, I'm getting a lot calmer. Even though your negative energy is still there, your light energy is overwhelming me to make me calm. Because honestly, with what I did, I was a little anxious, but you can see I'm actually being calm with sitting here and waiting to talk.
Well, dude, I have resting bitch face. All right, I have it bad. I have like this. So yes, tell me about Christmas. It doesn't work out very well, you know what I mean? So, and then I don't know you. I didn't expect you on the show. So I was like, okay, who is this guy? Cool. Let's play. You know what I mean? But it's the darkness. You were right. You were right to sense that. In my early life, I was tortured by my father's cult because they thought I was Jesus. And then I've also been worshipped by people who thought I was Jesus. I ain't Jesus. And both of them are just as bad. in their own ways. So there's a lot of built up negative energy that I'm slowly releasing
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah,
You
and basically, even with the kindness you have, you get taken advantage of, and you just get sick of it after a while, and then you become the dark you are, and then they get pissed off when you retaliate. Well, if I'm being a bitch towards you, then look at what you did to me. Basically, is the bottom line.
Right, and that's not not an unnatural thing. Like, for those of you who've been in that situation, you're not wrong to act that way. In my situation, my species can see karma, so we have a different kind of responsibility to it. You see what I mean? So it's
Hey Cassidy, not
Yeah.
to like interrupt you, but we got to get back on track.
Thank
Hey,
you.
well
Thank you.
done,
That's
Shadow.
what I mean. Thank you, bro. Ah!
All right, gotcha. That works. And any questions
Am I
you'd like
next?
to
Am I next to answer the question?
Yes.
Yes, go for it, Shadow.
And
Go
thank you
for
for
it.
getting me back on track. This is what I mean. I ramble.
Go for it, Shadow. I'm still sharing the show, Shadow, into Watch Party. Soon I will reintroduce the show, reintroduce everybody. But until then, if you could answer the question, Shadow. Are the Anunnaki astronauts? Deities, gods, that are they? What are they, Shadow?
I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I think they're fourth dimensional beings because the Anunnaki have been around since witches. And ever since they've been discovered, if you don't realize, a lot of people are waking up more. What's waking us up and giving us more powers and more abilities to make us stronger, making themselves stronger. They're getting energy from us, we're getting energy from them. It's back and forth. That's why they have been so secretive.
I like the way you think. I almost called you Darkness. Wow. I was thinking a legend, and you kind of remind me of Tim Curry a little bit. Take it as a compliment. Shadow, that was very, very well said, bro. Very well said. And yeah, I agree. That's a very good way to put it.
I agree too.
And honestly, I'm going to say the reason I think they're here is because they had a portal they came through that was one way and different universe. And I think they're trying to make a spaceship to get back to their universe.
Spaceship?
That's what I think.
Spaceship, no, but the rest of it, yeah, basically. Where do you get this?
Or another portal, and that's why they're
go.
waking so much of us up, so we can connect our minds and create the portal, and we can go with them, the ones that are worthy.
Dude, where do you get your information? Is this from visions or what?
I'm just enlightened. That's all I can explain. I basically,
Cool.
before my lineage, I was what you call a nuanced star. It's the only one left in existence.
What is this?
Basically, I have been alive since the first Big Bang, and I'll be here till the last Big Bang. And that's where a lot of my knowledge comes from. Right. Is I can think of things that nobody else thinks of, and it's basically from all the lives I've lived and all the knowledge I have up on my actual body.
So
it comes to me. It just comes to me. I just know.
Would you say it's accurate for some of the people? Because remember, we try to talk to all cultures here, and everything that we say translates differently to other cultures. So would you say that it's? Would you say that it's accurate?
True, but I can't. I
haven't asked the question yet.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Would you say that it could be said by people that you're essentially channeling your higher self, or channeling?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
All the knowledge I've been here since the first Big Bang. I'll be here till the last. And Big Bangs are constantly happening without even realizing it. Because let's say I put a pen right here, and we all walk away for about 2 minutes, and then it's over here. That's the Big Bang happening and reorganizing, but it can't quite get the memory right, so it moves things. And people think it's spirits. Spirits, to me, from what I've seen, residual energy left over from the previous universe that sticks to energy here and causes to an object that's left over and can't ascend or descend. That's basically what a spirit is.
So I have a question. What would you say if I told you that other people channel the same exact thing you do in the same exact way?
I would love to meet them because, as far as I know, I'm the last nuanced star, and I would love to meet more people like me.
Okay, cool. because you're in the right place. There's a lot more of us than you think. There's,
I've been alone for the last 2 trillion years in my nuanced self, and I want to find more people like me, so I don't feel so alone. I've literally felt in this body, I've always felt alone, always. And I used to call it the Boyer curse, because my biological father was a true jerk. I've always felt nothing but depression. And if I could find more people like me to help me feel fulfilled, I would appreciate it. But let's get back on track.
We're never alone.
Welcome everybody to the watch parties. Thank you for joining us. My name is Bradley Powers. Welcome to Bradley Powers Esoteric Hours. We are finally back, and the good news is we're late as usual, but we're back. And my name is Bradley Powers. I'd like to welcome my co-host, the legendary Cassidy Lightwing, the Lion. And we have special guest Donnie Randall, who is a researcher, a truth seeker, an incarnation of Alucard and Azazel. Welcome to the show, Donnie Randall. And we also have Shadow Phoenix, who is a sorcerer, a mage, a mind reader, an aura reader, tarot card reader, telepathic mind reader, telepathic neuron star. Welcome to the show, Shadow Phoenix. He will be also Ray, and he will also be appearing in the show. We hopefully will book a slot for him next week. So the show, and we are discussing the question is to start the show with is, are the Anunnaki astronauts? And the conclusion we've reached, guys, is
yes. Be they biological, fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, whatever. By any definition, you're talking about consciousnesses that move between planets.
One question. What if we are the Anunnaki?
I believe that's the case, actually.
That's a good question, Donnie. I like that.
And I got another question for you. What if we are more attached to ourselves than outward? Think about that for a minute.
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
What if we are more, basically, if we're all Anunnaki, what if we're more attached to ourselves through other people? Think about that for a minute.
Well, yeah, that's the case. That's exactly what the venom did to the human race when the Nibirites came. What the Nibirites attempted to do was essentially bind humans' energy to them. All they really did do is delay the inevitable. The thing is I can hear myself. Now, the thing is that all humans have the capacity to reach the infinite. It's in your genome, So all the Nibirites did was, distract it. You see what I mean? But it's time now. Humans have evolved enough. You have enough caloric intake. You have enough, control over your own neurons. It's time to remember who you are.
Yeah, and let me throw one quick curveball at you, Cassidy, and then we'll get back on track. If God is multiple and infinite, and we're multiple and infinite, aren't we God?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what the tablets of Thoth say. Know ye not that ye are gods. My people understand that from a different perspective, but the energy is still there. The capacity to create your world is within all of you, here, and here. And again, pointing at the gut, not the penis.
Isn't that what Lucifer portrayed to us, that we are all gods in our own right?
Yes, but depending on who is doing the channeling, you have some interference with the translation, leading to attachment filaments. So that's why I say in general I don't have a problem with Satanists, but I do have a problem with certain Satanists.
Yeah.
There are some things that I have not explained, or especially since my past lives. Exactly. Especially when I've actually talked about it with Clinton lately, about me, especially me being a black hole. I've actually was a black hole in my past, because I was a blue star collapsing into a black hole.
Right. As all stars must.
Well, pretty much. But this one was actual enormous black hole.
Hey, Donnie, right quick on here, I'm Shadow, remember?
Yeah.
No, he was talking about when he was talking with Bill Clinton. You see, he went back in time and he was talking with Bill Clinton about this stuff.
Yeah.
True story. By the way, for those of you who are new, you can always tell when I'm full of shit because I'll do that. True story. I can't keep a straight face.
Yeah, but Donnie, just try to remember on here I'm Shadow. You know, just try to keep that straight, please.
Gotcha. My
Not
bad.
trying to be rude.
All right, sorry. My bad.
See, that's how well me and Donnie get along. He keeps me in line, I keep him in line. But let's get back on track again.
Yes, sir. But yes, in a way, especially with all my past lives, it's like everywhere I go, and who I see or whoever I meet, it's like I actually recognize them as my actual other side, or
That's a good thing.
it's like I actually remember being them at one point.
That's a good thing, bro. That's a very good thing. And the thing is, I don't know how long you haven't expressed this to me before. So I'm just finding this out. Has this been since has this been your whole life, or since you sort of took yourself back from the other entities?
Ever since I started pretty much hanging out with friends, and I noticed it's like back in 2016, I think. Back then.
Okay.
I noticed all of this back then. I just don't like to share most of my information all the time.
Who can blame you? Torches and pitchforks, baby.
But yeah, I remember was hanging out with one of my best friends, and we was watching a war movie or something, and all of a sudden I was falling asleep, and all of a sudden I heard this voice, an inner voice or something, and it was calling a name, giving me a name. I called clear to it, and I found out it was telling me that I was Theos Kairos.
Okay.
And it sounded Greek.
It does sound Greek.
And I kind of actually looked into it.